Hello and welcome to another weekend video. And here, obviously. So let's get straight down into it. We'll go over the action over the past week, and let's see if we can make some sense of it. Okay, so we'll start on the FX. Forgive my voice if it goes halfway through this because I have a cold at the moment. I'm a man flu. So let's get down and dirty. So this is the Eurodollar 4-hour. I was looking for a C wave to begin this week. We seem to have gotten the beginnings of this C wave at least, and we'll see on the short-term chart. The other possibility is that we already have wave 2 in place, ABC wave 2, still possible, because it's also possible to count this as a 5-wave move lower. Okay, so let's get into the hourly chart after I mess around with this for a second. First of all, before I go to the hourly chart, let's see what this pattern suggests a correction, so a correction higher. So once this correction is complete, we should move lower again into a third wave down. So let's get into the hourly chart. I'm starting rusty here, so I am. Okay, so here's the alternate high. That's an ABC up. So the alternate wave 2 high is there. At the moment, I'm counting this as an A down, A, B, C, D, E, B triangle, and then a wave C. So an extension in wave C, and that completes wave B down. So it's 3 up, 3 down. It's an expanded flat because we broke to a new low below the start of wave A. And now we should work on a 5-wave pattern up. So I think we could have 5 waves up complete into that high. So that's yesterday's high. Thursday evening's high, and we have 3 waves possibly complete. So that could be a simple zigzag there. So we have 5 down, 3 up, 5 down, and we're bounced off that low again. So that could be wave 1 and 2 done and moving up into wave 3 early next week. So I think if we see, even before the end of the trade today, because it's 4 o'clock, coming on 4 o'clock here. So the UK session is more or less over now. And so what's that? That's 12 p.m. over in the US. So there's still a fair bit of trading to go. If we push higher and we break that 110.67 level there, that's the wave B, then you can be pretty sure that this larger wave 2 is correct. So early next week, I want to see a push higher in a third wave of wave C, and probably by mid next week, we should have this C wave complete. Okay, so pound dollar. The short-term pattern is working out reasonably well so far. Let's move this out of the way. Actually, let's get rid of that altogether. We had our expanded flat wave 2, and then we seem to be working on 5-3 pattern to the downside again in a possible third wave. So here is the short-term chart. That's the top of wave 2. Hit the target pretty much. That 125.80 target was in around the previous fourth wave, so I had previous fourth wave at 125.18, I think it was. So we broke that, and then we immediately pushed down off that high. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 done into Wednesday's, was it? Tuesday's low, and off that we have a 3-wave pattern complete into Thursday's high, and now we're moving lower again. So this could be wave 1, 2, and moving lower into wave 3. So wave 2 could also, I mean, it's possible that this is just the beginning of wave 2. Maybe we could get an A, B, C, a larger corrective pattern there, but suffice to say, we've hit that that initial target, let's say, for wave 2, and we've moved down off that, and we have 3 waves complete. So I think you could be forgiven for thinking that wave 1 of 3 is now underway. So early next week, if we can see a continued push lower, and a break of that support should be down there. A break of that 122 level again. That'll signal that wave 3 is underway. Okay, so let's get into dollar yen. I think we have wave B complete now, and we should be starting next week to move up into wave C. So this is the large triangle, larger wave B that I'm tracking. So this should remain in force for the rest of the year. So it should be like a bad night in the ocean over the next 6 months, or well, whatever, 3 months at least anyway, to complete this triangle. So we're going up in 3 waves in wave D, and then we'll go down in 3 waves to a higher low in wave E. I think we have A done, B done most likely, and now moving higher into wave C. So let's get into the ROI chart there. There you can see that's wave A high and A, B, C down. We were looking for that breakdown in 5 waves this week. We hit a double top and we moved down pretty conclusively and can trace it out a nice 5-wave pattern. It's possible that this 4th wave is extending, so maybe wave C is extending, so we could have wave 1, 2, 3 into the low, 4, and one more low on Monday, let's say. For the moment, we're just going to hang tough for a second because we've got a rally off the low. So far it's in 3-wave, but we might extend higher on Monday. So let's see if that happens. If we get a break of move that again. Initial support there at 106.47, is it? 106.47. Then the alternate low for wave 5 would come in there, and then this would take the 4th wave low, or sorry, 4th wave high. My voice is beginning to go, so move on. Next week, whether we get one more low in wave C, I think by the end of next week we'll have begun wave 1 of C anyway, up the larger degree wave C, that is. Okay, so Dow is nicely lower this week. Still working on a 5-wave pattern for the moment. Nice rally today, so I suppose that rally was inevitable after the couple of sessions of sell-off that we had. Get rid of that. Still very possible that we have a wave 2 high in place and we're moving down, or we are beginning a track down in wave 3. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Let's get into the short-term chart. There's a few different ways you can view this. We could view this as wave 1 of a larger degree wave 3, or we could I actually have the alternate count there. We could view this as wave 3 of 1. Forgive me, that's in the wrong position there. So we would look for a continuation lower next week in wave 5 of 3. So wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 into the low. Come on now, 3 into the low. Wave 4 up in 3 waves so far. It's hard to know whether this is wave 4 complete, or maybe we're working on some sort of triangle pattern. Maybe we're working on an A, B, C, D, E. Yet to see on that front, but we're down off the highs again. So far we have 3 waves complete and into today's high. So we should move lower again early next week, and I would like to see a break of lower support, 125.280 there. This wave pattern can also be moved up by 1 degree if that's the case. This wave 1 down here could be wave 1 in blue, wave 2 in blue, as shown there. That's the wave count at 1 degree higher, so may have to do that to accommodate for what's going on at the moment. But for now, I think Monday we should see a pretty quick move lower. Let's see that internal B wave here. If we get a break below 26,000 again, that should indicate that wave 5 is underway. So wave 5 of 3. And if we get a further sharper move lower, that would likely say that I have to move up the wave count, and we are working at a larger degree of decline. So far so good for October. That's a good start. We always like to see declines in October. So let's see how they develop from here. I'm pretty hopeful that we've got the top in place and we're moving down now. We could actually, now that it comes to mind, we could view this as a series of 3 1 2s. So we've got 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then third wave. So let's see how that develops. Monday, more declines back below 26,000, and let's see if we get a break in a rundown into a third wave. Okay, let's see, gold. 4-hour chart there in gold, you can see that we have this 3-wave correction in wave 4 now complete, and we're moving higher again. I think we have 5 and 3 already complete at today's session low, but we'll see on the short-term chart. What I'm looking for now is a 5-wave run higher in wave 5, and that'll be, if you go out to the daily chart here, that'll be wave 5 of 3. So we have wave 1, 2, 3. We may even push higher above 1800. That'd be even better. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5, and that would do another third wave, and then a fourth wave and fifth wave. So we have, if this count is correct, we have a long way to go on this rally, but we'll see how it pans out. For our chart, we have a 3-wave correction. Actually, this third wave was moved. So 3-wave correction and a nice rally off that correction. So we should have wave 5 underway right now. And you can see here that's wave 1 of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up in wave 1, A, B, C down in wave 2. With a bit of luck, wave 2 is complete, and we'll push higher again above 1520 on Monday to confirm wave 3 of 5. But let's see how that goes. Next week, I think, should be more or less, once we get this second wave out of the way, it should be more or less to the upside, and we should break 1554 again reasonably quickly in wave 3 of 5. Okay, so crude oil, I think we are done for the first wave in wave 3 now. So I'm working on a large degree third wave down. So we should have wave 1 down done. Wave 1 of 3, that is. So we're working on a correction in wave 2 of 3. So the hourly chart shows you here. So wave 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's wave 1 down done, and now we're up off that low again, so we could be working on wave A of 2. So next week we should see a 3-wave correction in wave 2. If we fall again, if we break, let's say that support there, 50-50 again, then there is something more, let's say, sinister going on. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It is possible that we have this extension in a third wave already beginning, in which case we would just see continued declines and acceleration over the next while. But so far, this is working out quite well. And it's probably about time for some sort of a respite, some sort of corrective rally. Let's see what degree that comes in. A previous fourth wave there at 56.60 is initial target for the moment. So let's see how that holds up over the next few days. Depending on what degree this correction is happening in, I'd say the lion's share of next week will be just corrective action to the sideways, and most likely up back towards 55 at least anyway. Okay, that's crude oil. Let's get on to silver. Silver has completed a fourth wave, and we're up off that again today. So we have a nice 3-wave decline in ABC in wave 4, and now we're moving higher in wave 5, what should be wave 5. Get into the hourly chart here. So we had a break of the previous wave A earlier this week, and one further low, that's 1689, that just came in at the previous fourth wave there. You see that triangle fourth wave there. So we found support at that previous fourth wave at one lesser degree, so that's a pretty reasonable, word has gone from my mind now. Guideline, Elliott wave guideline for a correction to reach. So we have 3 waves complete, where we seem to be moving up impulsively again. So we have 5 waves up in 1, A, B, C down in wave 2. With a bit of luck, we'll get a rally again back towards that B wave high in wave 3 early next week. And let's say by the end of next week, we should have wave 1 in blue complete. So you if this is to remain valid, if this wave counter is to remain valid, then this support at 1689 must hold, or 1690 must hold now. So let's keep pushing higher in wave 1 of 5 next week. Okay, bonds. So we have extended this corrective action to the upside. So this is still A, B, C. I'm still counting this as a flat correction. There's 3 waves up in A, 3 waves down in B, and then most likely a 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 and 5, or triangle 4 and 5, showing a little bit of a stall over the last couple of days below resistance. So I'm pretty hopeful that we have a top in place in wave 2. Obviously, that resistance 132.39 has to hold. And then we should head lower in wave 1 of 3 next week. If we get a break of 129.63, then we're on course for wave 3 down to begin. Okay. Well, yeah, there you go. That was a quick run through, and my voice is beginning to go, so I'm glad about that. Thanks for being with me this week, and we shall see you next week. I think we will have good news by the end of next week regarding what I've been talking about in the pricing. So I got good news from the developer this week, so let's see if we can roll that out next week. And so far, so good. Let's keep on trucking. God bless, guys. Have a good weekend, and be good. See you Monday. Bye-bye.